In this research methodology topic, we are going to discuss about review of literature. So as we know that review of literature is one of the important concept in the review of literature survey. So it means review of literature is a kind of documentation and a comprehensive review of published and unpublished work from secondary sources of data. The main aim is to find the problem that are already investigated and those that need further future investigation. So review of literature is to find the research gap and filling the research gap from the existing study. That's why every researcher has to undergo literature review. Review of literature also extensive survey of all available past study relevant to the field of investigation. If a researcher want to pursue a proper research, or he or she has to extensively study about the previous phenomenal topic, then only the proper gap can be identifiable. Further, it gives us knowledge about what others have found out in the related field of study and how they have done so. Why we need to do research? We can also say that purpose of research. The purpose of research to gain the background knowledge of research topic, to identify concept relating potential relationship between them, to formulate researchable hypothesis, to identify appropriate methodology, research design, method of measuring concept and techniques of analysis, to identify data source used by others researcher. Further and finally, to learn how others structure in their report. So these are the parameters we need to calculate while doing the research, so that the purpose of review is essential for conducting our research. How to conduct literature survey? So it is one of the another important concept in the review of literature. Identify the relevant sources, extract and record relevant information, write up the literature review. Then the sources of literature is also one of the prominent concept. So where we have to collect from the literature survey. So as we know that various sources are available. One among the sources is called journals and books, electronic databases, bibliography databases, abstract databases, full text databases, government and industrial report. Recently, we are using internet also, one of the literature source. Finally, research dissertation and thesis. This research dissertation and thesis we used to call as a unpublished research review of literature work. Uh, how how to recording our review of literature? Review of literature is one of the key aspect, as already we talked about it. Even though the most suitable method of recording our review of literature is called CORD system. So nowadays researchers are not using the CORD system because after the influencing of the computer, all the review of literature and relevant review of literature documents are kept in the computer. Whereas the traditional system we used to follow, one is called CORD system, another one is called note system. Source code, or we can also say that note cards. So what is meant by source code? Source code is nothing but 3 by 5 size. A card has to be taken by the researcher and used for noting bibliography information. Whereas note card, the size is little bit bigger than the source card. It is 5 by 8, used for the actual note taking. We can also detail look upon the source code. Source code serves two purposes. The provide documentary information for footnote. It used for compiling bibliography to complete given and the end of the report. Source codes. The source code can be coded by simple system in order to relate them to the corresponding note code. How to make the source code? Making a combination of letters and numbers can be right hand top corner that beings with C, for example C1, C2, etc. Or in other words, making a letter B or J or a capital R. B means books, J refers to journal or refers to report for handing the corner of the left side. Source code. The recording of bibliography information should be made in a proper bibliography format. The format of citing a book is there are several methods are available in the research writing the research references. One is called APA style. APA means American Psychological Association has given some format. That format has to be universally followed by the researcher. So some other method also available. That method is called MLA, American method. Another one is called Chicago University method. So these are the various method has been followed by the researcher. So this method is called MLA format. For example, Kuhn's Herald 1980, Management, New Delhi, McGraw-Hill International. This is the one of the pattern of writing sources of reference. For journal purpose, the author name first, year next, title of the article, and followed by journal of the name, and volume and number of the pages. So as already here you can able to see the example for that. Then the next we are going to talk about note cards. The detailed information extracted from the printed sources is recorded on the note card. It is desirable to note a single fact or idea on each card on one side only. How to write the reviews? There are several ways of presenting the idea of other within the body of the paper. For example, if you are referring a major influencing factor in the model given Seth model of industrial buying behavior, it can be written as. So this is the first option. You can also write this. Seth 1973 page number 50 has suggested that there are number of influencing factor followed by you can write as what you want to write. The second method is called according to Seth 1973 the model of industrial buying behavior. There are number of influencing factor. This type also you can write. Then in some other model the industrial buying behavior there are number of influencing factor as Seth 1973. In some other model, industrial buying behavior, there are number of influencing factor. So further, finally, the Seth JN 1973, a model of industrial buying behavior, Journal of Marketing, 37th page, 37th issue, 4th volume, page number 50 to 56. These are the some of the pattern which we can use for the writing reference from the review of literature. So point to be kept in mind while reviewing literature. So read relevant literature, refer original works, read with comprehension, read in time, index literature. So these are the points which the researcher has to keep in mind while doing the review of literature. So thank you.